Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome back to another episode of Are the Cishets Okay? This is a series that is becoming very popular with you folks, and I think it's because most of my audience are queer. So, if you are as queer as I am, then go ahead and put I am a fantastical unicorn in the comments. If you're a boring cishet, then there aren't any cishets here. Let's watch. There is a tattooed butthole who stole my heart, so I stole his last name. This girl loves her husband. This is like one of those beginner shirts to those absolute word salads that you get on, those Facebook adverts where it's like a t-shirt that's like, this man has a shirt that was bought for him by a crazy girl who was born in February. She scares me sometimes, but I love her anyway. Park life, sort of like bollocks that goes on. It's like the beginner shirt to that. It's like a very toned down version. And a huge thanks to Serena Bombshell or Meme Cannot on Twitter for letting me use this picture. I really hope that I pronounced your name right. I work in a pet store. A woman was looking at our betters and asked me whether one was male or female. I told her that they were all male because they are. Our company only orders male betters. She looked at me incredulously and pointed at one and said, "Even this one?" I was like, "Yes, why?" "It's pink though. Why is the male fish pink?" I swear, she was borderline angry with me. I didn't know how to explain that fish genetics don't adhere to human gender roles. Oh man, she is gonna be so annoyed when she finds out about pigs. Because pigs, you don't just get the pink pigs and girls, I mean, we all know that the fricking blue equals boy and pink equals girl comes from, that dictator with the Charlie Chaplin moustache whose names I'm not allowed to say on YouTube. It was him and his ideology that was like, oh, yes, this is a good idea to implement along with all of my other fricking crap. And suddenly everybody is now not only going along with it, but like getting mad at fish for not doing it. I mean, seriously? Fish? Freaking fish! I mean, what? Why are you so obsessed with, trying to predict somebody's personality and all that from their freaking genitals, like some weird sort of sexual phrenologist, and then applying that to fish? Fish! Freaking fish! I'm sorry, I need to freaking lie down now. Oh, look, we have an absolutely hilarious banger from Brain Out. Can you pass it? You see, the joke here, which you may not have understood unless you've got, 3,000 IQ, like the geniuses that created this piece of comedy gold, is that that's a trans woman. And what you do is you move the sun, and then when the makeup comes up, he realizes that he's attracted to a trans woman. And then he goes, "Oh no, not a tran," and then freaks out, and that's the joke. Ha 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 ha. It's funny because she's trans. If anything, this just proves that the problem isn't this, woman just trying to get on the bus and, having some random creep perv on her. She's not the issue here, it's the creep. Like, while he's holding someone else's hand, like, come on. Although, having said that, I did once go to a costume party where my friend, who is cisgender but extremely gay, turned up dressed as Marilyn Monroe, and, he kept his chest hair and his beard, but he went full out as Marilyn Monroe apart from that. Because it was, film themed, so, that's why he went as Marilyn Monroe, and, we were going to meet up at this one venue, because this was when I was at university, and it turned out that the Catholic Society had a meeting there. And, words didn't get to him before he burst in, so that's one kind of wholesome, joyous thing that can come from this, but this advert in general is just, like, so disgusting. I have actually seen it with, Matchington Mansion, and I did actually, contact the company to say, like, why the hell are you doing this, and then they were like, oh, we hire a third party to do our adverts, and it's like that's really not an excuse. But anyway, this is an app to avoid. So, my baby daddy been talking to this girl, and she been making him happy and whatnot. They never met, and it's been 3 weeks. She keep making excuses, now he thinks she a catfish. She wanna email Max and Neve. Should I tell him it's me, or y'all wanna see me on TV? Wow, so that's a really super healthy way to react to your ex, like, not wanting to be with you anymore. Oh, like, I hope that the guy saw this because, I mean, damn. I mean, I'm just gonna assume that this is somebody who, you know, he is the father of her child and has since moved on. I mean, I wonder why, but, you know. Oh, I really don't understand this kind of... There's a real, like, toxic heterosexuality that's cultural, you know? Like, these ideas about what is and isn't acceptable and what you are then justified to do based on gender standards. It's just something that my queer bum is just never gonna get my head round. And I really don't understand why somebody would do all of this. I mean, surely, like, going through all the effort of catfishing and all of that, it can't be that cathartic, right? To all the 6-foot kings, have a good night. Y'all are handsome. To the rest, goo goo gaga bee. I hope your mum tucks you in. To all the women with C cups or bigger, I hope you have an amazing day. To the rest of you little boys, I hope you get ready for school. Now, a great man called Moist Critical once said that the ultimate male height is 5'6". And I like to go by that exact science because, you know, I'm a very logical man. I go by facts and logic, you know, that's how I own all of the nerds. But, Beyblade, that's how I Beyblade rip all the nerds with facts and logic. Anyway. If we go by that exact science, then you'll know that my lovely, fat, hobbity, hairy self am also the ultimate male height of 5'6". So, somebody's never heard of King Hagen, the short fact. Well, actually, no, he's a skeeth. I'm making Neopets references again, God. Like, hey, hello there, all 5 members of my audience that understood that reference. I mean, first of all, height shaming anyone, like, body shaming anyone, I'm not gonna go, oh, well, it's okay for men, but not women, but, you know, like, no, I'm sorry, but body shaming is never okay, regardless of gender, but, like, but having said that, you know, there's something real, real pathetic about going, you call me short? Well, you got small boobs, you know, like... For God's sake, just grow up. Honestly, you're the ones calling everybody else kids. You're the ones acting freaking childish. Ooh, from Aspect Fitness, so you know it's gonna be freaking inspiring. The greatest thing that this pandemic in inverted commas has taught us is just how far society has falling, okay, from masculinity. The feminization of society has turned the majority of people into easily manipulated, accepting morons who aren't just lazy physically, mentally, and emotionally, but more so spiritually. And yes, being lazy is a feminine trait. Oh no. No, oh no, that is a really bad take, mate. That is such a bad take. Oh no. Okay, and yes, being lazy. You know what the most ridiculous stuff is? That this is a load of misogynistic bollocks, but all the freaking gender-critical turfs would side up with this, like, oh yes, tell us how we're inferior to you. Oh my god. And yes, being lazy is a feminine trait, so is making up excuses and getting easily offended. Masculinity will prevail, and men like Pallister, Bowman, and Rosen will be removed from power, along with all the women that support their bollocks. It's about time men started acting like men. It's really funny about, like, how these guys go on and on about how tough they are and how they're powerful and that, yeah, manly big berry, really man, yeah. And, like, this is, like, the weakest, most fragile crap I've had to read. Like, how weak are you? How fragile and weak are you if you're, like, making these huge rants just because you saw a guy that's, like, slightly feminine? Like, why is a feminine man, like, such a huge threat to you? I mean, seriously. Like, Oh, there's just so much wrong with this. Oh yeah, Aspect Fitness. Sound like a great bunch of lads. Oh, of course, Ian Miles Chong is gonna come out with, an absolutely burner of a take. I don't think there were non-binary people back in the 1980s, Call of Duty. Neither was zombies, if we're gonna be historically accurate, you infant. Yes, Mutaha. Oh, I love Mutaha. He's one of the creators that I've been kind of binging during lockdown. But I'm gonna go ahead and, just debunk this reactionary bollocks for a second. Because, let's face it, if you know Ian Miles Chung, and if you don't, I really envy you. That's all I have to say. I wish I could live in a world, but I've never heard of this fascist. But he is essentially somebody that gets, a right-wing loser that gets furious at the concept of people that aren't quite like him existing. But anyway, use of the phrase non-binary in order to mean a gender that is neither male nor female has been used since the 1880s, I believe. And not only that, but many countries outside of the West have legally had what is known as third sex recognition for quite some time now. This is nothing new, it's just finally being represented because, losers, hetero, cis-normative losers were like, no, we can't let our children know that anything other than, normal cis-hetness is correct, Like this whole thing of, well, if we don't tell them that homosexuality exists, they won't be gay, huh? Imagine like being this rage-filled over freaking a gender option in a video game that you don't even have to pick, like it's just there if you want it. What a sad twat. Liberal women. I'm so glad I'm not a conservative woman. A man will never tell me what to do with my own body. Trans women. Shut the frick up and stop talking about vaginas. Liberal women. Okay, whatever you say. I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. Sorry for speaking over you. I'm going to file this away under conversations that have literally never happened. Like, the problem isn't that we're equating women with vaginas, it's that you are, right? We can talk about womanhood and femininity and all that without it being, limited to reproductive organs. Oh, God. I mean, this is just so many words for, like, I hate trans women. Like, that's all you should have said. Like, you could have just, hit the nail on the head, go, hey, folks, I hate trans women. And then, people would have known that you were a bigot, and that would have taken a lot less energy, or, just have a massive sign on you saying, warning, do not evolve. Do not evolve? I meant to say approach, but, I mean, maybe some evolution could be done if you're still thinking this crap. Men can understand all these gauges, but not their woman. Well, they actually tell us what's wrong, so... I can't really go, oh, look, aren't men silly? Like, they should listen to women or whatever, because this is just like... This just seems like another kind of really toxic heterosexuality. Like, oh, how come you can't understand me? Oh, well, at least they tell us what's wrong, and you don't... Like, it's this weird standard of the man needs to know what's wrong, or he doesn't know the woman well enough. And then either them saying, oh, well, you said this, and you should have done this, or them going, oh, well, you were supposed to know that. Like, no, just communicate with each other. Like, regardless of gender, communicate, and then you won't have weird sort of heterosexual standards like this. Well, folks, that's it for this episode of Are the Cishets Okay? And I don't think that there will be a single episode where we come to the conclusion that they are okay, because... they're never gonna be okay, are they, folks? And don't forget, if you would like to become part of the T-Set, then all you need to do is hit that subscribe button, and if you want to give this video a like, that would really help me out. If you want to help me out further, details of my Patreon are in the description. And until the next episode, my little couplings, I will see you all next time.